Hi everyone, I'm Nikki Haverstock. I'm a self-published author with, I don't know, I think 14 books, 15 books on Amazon, primarily in the cozy mysteries genre, and this is the author 2 portion of my channel. I was going to work this morning doing a self-edit on my book before I sent it off to the dev editor, but it's updating, so I decided I'd just hop on here and put together a video on something that it comes up from time to time, and it's the issue of piracy and what do you as an author have to do about piracy. So first off, let me just say piracy is bad. If you're an author, you should absolutely not be pirating content. Maybe you did when you were younger, but you're a smarter and better person now, so you shouldn't be pirating content. And whatever I say right now about how to fight piracy is not the same as saying that piracy is great. I don't think it's great. But as an indie author with limited resources, especially emotional resources, meaning there's only so many things I can care about, I don't worry about piracy. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I don't. First off, this is kind of those things that a lot of authors know, but not a lot of the general population knows, which is if I was to say, I'm going to read the Harry Potter series and I don't want to pay for anything, despite the fact that it's easily borrowable through my local library, and I go free Harry Potter or free Nikki Haverstock or free anything, you'll find a bunch of sites that will claim to have those books. Now the reason I say claim is because through sort of word of mouth and people figuring out, a lot of these sites that claim to have any book you want, they even claim to have books that are on pre-order, they don't actually have the books. What they have is a fancy program that pulls listings off of Amazon, and then their goal tends to be one of twofold. So there's two possible motives. One is to infect your computer with viruses. So they go, oh, you want the blibbity blop from Whoity Hid? Oh, obviously we have it. Here's the listing that we just pulled off of Amazon to make it look real. Click on this link, and then you download software that steals your information, crashes your computer. It's either malicious in the sense that it's just going to destroy your computer, or it's actively stealing your information. Which is related to the second thing, which is sometimes they tell you to enter a credit card, in which case you expect a bunch of fraud charges. So that tends to be the primary goal of a majority of the pirate sites, is that they don't really have the books, they don't care about the books, they're just looking to dupe people into giving up their credit card or downloading some software. So that takes a big chunk out of it. I don't need to worry about these places if they don't even have my book. Now there are places, now you might say, but maybe you have previously pirated books and so you're telling me that you know about it. There's a couple different ways to go to think about it. One is that these people weren't going to buy your book anyway. Another is that you're not, I've read a lot of studies that they're not even really sure if they can pinpoint down the loss from piracy, because most of these people maybe have access to the software somewhere else, just not on their home computer, like a lot of students who do work at home instead of the computer lab, and so they haven't really been able to nail down what actual financial loss is. And like I said, I'm not saying piracy is okay. What I'm saying is, as an independent author with limited resources, I choose not to worry about it. And I just don't. I don't Google my own book. I don't, I have not had to have a takedown request. I do have copyrights for all my books. For most of the scam websites that pop up and disappear, I don't worry about it. There are times I would worry about it. The major retailers, and I mean Amazon, Nook, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, Apple / iBooks, those are the big ones. There's some smaller ones. If my book was listed on one of those vendors, I would go to those legitimate vendors. So they're legitimate vendors. They are absolutely looking to remove fake copies. I'm not saying they're going to be the fastest at it, but those are places I would worry about. If someone uploaded my book, my ebook, they can resell paperbacks. That's allowed. Just so you know, that's totally fine. As long as they, I mean, there is some questions. Some of them are drop shipping. There is a very small issue with textbooks where they take the book and they copy it, but they're not really doing those for fiction books. So let's just stick to fiction books. So those places I would worry about, but that has not happened to me. That has not been a problem for me. And a lot of you can pay a service that will monitor the email. They'll automatically send out cease and desist, takedown notices to places, but they cost a lot of money. Some people, if you are making $200,000 a year and you're paying someone $1,000 a year to do that for you, that might be worth the peace of mind. It's not that is not a. I would rather just keep the $1,000 in my pocket or $2,000. So I'm not saying you're wrong to do those things. I'm just saying that if you look at it and you feel overwhelmed, and I tell you that a lot of authors choose to just ignore piracy. It's unfortunate, but it saves you a lot of time and energy, emotional energy of frustration. And that's something that appeals to you, then that is a perfectly fine and normal and accepted policy that you don't have to worry about piracy if you so choose. And there you go. So good luck, and I hope it's not an issue that you have to face. Bye.